Hi, everybody. Sorry while I rotate my phone. So, coming to you today for Facebook Live virtual retreat, the Gift of Stillness. And now I hope this thing will work. I had it all set up and now it's telling me that I need to rotate my phone. So we'll see what happens. Okay. And it's all goofed up. Anyhow, that's okay. We'll see what's going to work. I have been away a little bit physically and a little bit emotionally for a couple of weeks. And I have missed everybody, I must admit. Here we go. Trying this again. Let's see what happens this time. Okay. You have to forgive me here. So, yeah. Right. I think the last time I was with you was sometime in April, towards the end of April. And anyhow, it doesn't matter. I have been ill and am getting myself back on track. And so the schedule has changed a little bit. I actually should have been with you last week. Hi, Barb Buckman. Nice to see you. I should have been with you last week, and I was actually in the middle of a recovery, so I was not able to be here. So the whole schedule got a little bit messed up. So we're on a new schedule starting tonight, and then we'll go every other week, every other Wednesday from here on in. And I apologize for any confusion that there may have been for anybody who was looking for me last Wednesday. So all is well. Road to recovery, everything's going fine, everything's well, and yeah, I'm back, yay! So, for those of you who may be new and joining me, if you would just say hello to me and let me know where you're from, and just say hey, that would be nice. So I'm Susan Prober from Susan Prober Yoga, and what I do here basically is every other week I'm on Facebook Live, and I do share with, hi Rhonda, I do share with you and whoever's joining me on Facebook Live. I do share about an hour and 15 minutes of yoga. I do yin. I'm certified in yin, so I do yin with you, and then we'll talk a little bit about maybe what's going on. Lately everybody's buzzing about this new moon in Taurus, or we'll talk about crystals, or we'll talk about essential oils, or just anything that may be going on in the yoga world. Sometimes we'll talk about oracle cards, just a little bit. And then we'll head into a meditation or breathing technique, and and then we'll close with a meditation, either a guided meditation, yoga nidra, or something simple, just to make everybody relax. But the whole intent of our meeting here every other week is to give you the ability to relax no matter where you are. All you need to do is basically have your mat and maybe a pillow. If you happen to have a bolster or a block, that's great. But if you don't, then that's okay too. Just have a mat, have a place to yourself where you can have some quiet time, and you know, close the door, whether it's a hotel room, whether it's your bedroom, whether it's your living room, your office, wherever you may be, that you can just sort of zone out and relax. So one of the things that I also wanted to share with everybody who's watching tonight is that probably next time or the time after, I'm going to give everybody a little bit of chance, if they're interested in getting a copy, either a Kindle copy or an actual book. I don't know who buys books anymore, but I do. I love books because I love to make notes and highlight things. But I'm going to be doing some work online with this group from this book, which is called The Little Book of Energy Medicine. It's a great book about how to help yourself very easily and simply with sometimes with fears, with stress, with anxiety, with energy, just with a lot of different things. Sometimes it can simply be done in 5 or 10 seconds with very simple motions and movements. Sometimes you can do it like for 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning if you want, every day. But they're very simple movements and exercises that, not really even exercises, they're very simple things that we can talk about and learn about together. And I'll be going over a lot about this book, the information in this book, hopefully beginning, maybe not next week, the next class, but the week after that class. So if you can get yourself either a Kindle copy or a paperback copy of this book, that would be great. Okay, so again, The Little Book of Energy Medicine, and it is written by Donna Eden. All right, good. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, because I have a personal interest and and I'm learning about this myself, is crystals. My mother-in-law actually was very much into crystals, and I never knew that unfortunately, until she passed away, and I discovered that she had a collection of crystals stashed away in one of her closets, and I found them, and I was shocked at how many crystals she had. I knew she had a few crystals around her house, almost like display pieces, but she had crystals that she had collected evidently during her travels and whatever, that just were stashed away. And it's amazing to me that she had all of these. And so I'm just learning about them myself and discovering and trying to figure out what it is that she had. And before that, I had actually started collecting a few of my own, but certainly nothing at all like what she had. So this was one of her pieces. I'll show you a little bit closer. This is an amethyst geode. This is a piece of a geode. She had several pieces. This is just one piece I keep upstairs here in my office. I just love it. It's just so beautiful to me, and I just love the color, and I love all the points. Yeah. So you know, you see these in the stores a lot, and you think, oh my God, they're so beautiful. But you never really, at least I never really knew much about amethyst. So I started to look into it a little bit. You know, okay, it's the crown chakra color, purple, this violet color. And of course, it has a lot to do with royalty through history. And if you look into Christianity, it has to do with the followers of Christ traditionally would wear purple, and you know, so there's a lot of symbolism with the color of purple. But as far as what the color, the amethyst stone and crystal means, I had no clue. So I did some research, and there's a lot more to do. I mean, you can take classes and become certified in this stuff. It's just so amazing. But and there's Greek history and mythology about Bacchus and Diana, and how the stone actually got the color purple, which is really very interesting. But you should read that. But basically, amethyst is a quartz, and it's not rare. It's found pretty much all over the world. Many countries have amethyst, and it's a protective stone. So it's a good stone to have, like in your office. It's a good stone to have in your family room. It's a good stone to have in your home, pretty much anywhere. It helps clear negativity and anxiety, and it helps promote peace and balance. So, you know, my mother-in-law had 3 of these, and I've got one up here in my office, one down in my family room, and one in my living room. And, you know, I can't say that there's always peace and balance. You know, that would not be true. But I do feel that just the pleasure of having this stone around is a beautiful thing. And I do get pleasure from having it around. And I do feel not a decrease in anxiety, but I do feel a level of decrease in stress, I guess is what I could say. And it could just be from the sheer beauty of it all. I don't know. I have other crystals that I also enjoy, but it's a different feeling that I get than from amethyst. This just brings such pleasure when I look at it, and that just brings the stress level down. It's an interesting concept. I don't know. I'd be interested to know if anybody else has felt anything from any crystals that maybe you have also had. And I know, Rhonda, you work with Swarovski crystal, and you're around crystals all the time. So you must be like one of the most stress-free people on earth. That's a wonderful thing. But now here I have an Apache tear, and it's in the, it is also a quartz. And it's in the onyx family. This helps with grief. And that's the reason I got it, to help with grief for a period in my life, and somewhat still a period in my life. But this does nothing for me for stress. When I look at this piece, I don't feel like it's a beautiful stone, and therefore it's like helping. I don't get that same feeling when I look at this piece and I look at this piece. There's 2 different emotions here when I just even look at these pieces. It's interesting. I don't know if that makes a difference here. I'm going to hold them up a little bit closer, okay? So here's the amethyst, and this is the Apache tear. They do 2 different things. They look totally different, and they both get a totally different emotional feeling reaction from me. Interesting. Anyhow, I'm learning, and what I learned, I will pass on to you if you find it interesting. And if you don't find it interesting, then just leave a comment and say, oh, no more crystals. That's fine too, because this is our time together, and I would like to share with you what you guys are interested in. So, okay? All right. So we're going to get into yin now. And we're going to do some concentrating on the back, the spine, getting those juices flowing, especially if you've been sitting all day or driving a long time. It's good to get that kind of moving a little bit. So we'll start off on our mat. I'm going to move back and make sure my volume is turned up. Everything got kind of goofed up when I had to move my phone around. All right. So I'm going to move back, and we are going to start off with a little bit of breath work. And it's going to be simple breath work. It's I think it's called, I should have written it down, but and I didn't, darn. But what we're going to do is we're going to close our ears, and we're going to inhale, and then when we exhale, we're going to basically hum like a bumblebee. So I'll do it here, okay? I'm going to close my ears. Until you run out of breath. Okay, so that could be if you inhale to 4, 5, or 6, and then you exhale to 6, 7, or 8. You're going to hum that 6, 7, or 8. And then you're just going to pause for a second, inhale to your 4, 5, or 6, and then exhale the hum a little bit longer, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Hope you understand what I'm saying. Hey, Audra. So again, if there's anybody out there watching who hasn't identified themselves or said, hey, just let me know where you're from and just wave. So we're going to just start real quickly back here on my mat. Just sit in a comfortable position, nice straight spine. And we're going to breathe. We're going to hold our ears closed. So you're going to inhale, and when you exhale, your ears are closed. When you exhale, you're going to hum, okay? And we're going to do this maybe 10 times and then just stop and go to normal breathing, all right? And you do it at your own pace, all right? All right, let's begin. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Good. Okay, so that breathing method is all about opening up your throat chakra, okay? That's what we were doing there. I know it seems kind of silly to be humming and people are like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? But you're opening up your throat chakra there. It's all about your throat chakra. Okay, so we are going to start in butterfly. If you have a bolster, you can use it, or if you have a block, you're welcome to use that too. If you don't have a block or a bolster and you feel like you want a little bit of support, a pillow will work. So this is not reclined butterfly. This is going to be a seated butterfly. So you're going to have a sort of a straight spine. You're going to bring your the soles of your feet together with knees bent. And what you want here is you want to have sensation in your inner thigh and your groin area, okay? Now in yin yoga, you find a point in the pose or the asana where you are perfectly comfortable to stay there for about 3 minutes and be still. Okay, that's what yin is all about. We're working the tendons, we're working the ligaments, we're working the fascia, the joints, okay? This is not about building muscle. This is about the part of your body that usually doesn't get a whole lot of attention. So what happens is that you're going to find your position, you're going to find a comfortable point in the position that you can hold, and if you need a pillow to lean comfortably, or a bolster, if you need something under your knees, under both knees, to make that comfortable for you, then that's perfectly okay. But what you're going to do is you're going to be in this position for about 3 minutes. So again, you don't want to make it so aggressive that you're going to be in pain here. You don't want to feel pain. You want to feel sensation. You want to work those tendons, ligaments, and all that fascia and the joints. You want to feel it, but you don't want to be, after 3 minutes, you don't want to be in such agony that you're like, I can't hold this anymore, okay? So I'm going to keep an eye on the clock. You're going to hold that position wherever you may be for about 3 minutes. And again, if you have a bolster, and you want to put it here and do that, you can do that. Yin is about modification. Everybody's skeleton is different. Everybody does the pose different. It's for what works for you. All right, I'm assuming you found your point in the pose that works for you. I am going to start the clock. take a nice deep breath. Slowly bring yourself up. Bring your arms behind you like kickstand. And then we're just gonna kind of windshield wiper our legs, keeping the knees bent. Some people say yin yoga is bittersweet because while you're in the pose, you feel that stretch, you're relaxing into that stretch, you're feeling it, you're getting sort of into it, and then you have to get out of it, and when you get out of it, it's like, oh! And so that's why we do these little breaks in between to sort of help the muscles and the ligaments and the tendons kind of have a sweet break in between. Okay, so now from here we're going to do half butterfly. So you're going to bring your left foot to the inner thigh, the inner right thigh. Make sure you keep that knee on the floor, that left knee on the floor as best you can. Here you have the option of, you can flex the foot if you want more of an intense stretch here, but you really don't need to. You can keep that foot relaxed and just let it drop. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn that belly button towards the knee. Take a nice deep breath. And then just let yourself fold forward. You want to try to reach for that ankle or that foot if you can. If you can't, no problem. You just reach as far as you can, as far as you comfortably can. Again, you're going to hold this position for 3 minutes. If you want a bolster or a pillow, if that helps you, use it. Where you want to feel the tension is in the back of that right leg. You want to feel the hamstring and the calf. That's where you want to feel it. Your spine is also getting a nice juicy stretch here. I'm timing this so you're good to go. Keep where you are. Slowly walk yourself up using your hands. Come back up to a nice seated position. Again, we're going to bring our arms out behind us, keeping the knees bent, and windshield wiper the legs. And now we're going to switch sides. So we will straighten the left leg and then bring the right foot to the inner thigh of the left leg. Okay. We're going to take a nice deep breath. Sigh it out. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. One more time, nice deep breath. Sigh it out. Turn your belly button towards that left knee. Again, you can have your foot relaxed or straight. Mine is relaxed. And then fold forward. Trying to bring yourself down. Holding on to the foot or the ankle. The object eventually is to get that chin to the knee, or thereabouts, depending on how your structure is, but in my case, I guess it would be the thigh. Remember, again, you can use your pillow or your bolster if you want to. You may notice that this side feels very different from the other side. It does for me, that's for sure. I feel this a lot more in my quadratus lumborum on the right side. once again, gently walk yourself up. Bring the arms out behind you and windshield wiper. Now we're going to do one more forward fold. Last one, and then we're going to get into a few other back bends and different things. Okay, so now we're going to head into caterpillar. Before we do that, let's just give ourselves a little massage, inner and outer thigh. Okay, shift them out a little bit. Okay, so caterpillar is just a straight on forward fold. You have your feet nice and relaxed. Straight spine. Nice deep breath. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale it out. And you're going to forward fold here. You have the option of either completely rolling over with a curved spine, or you have the option of keeping the spine straight and then coming forward this way. Works the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, everything completely different, and you will feel the difference depending upon which way you choose to do it. Personally, I think we all spend too much time like this, either on our iPhones or at our computers or whatever. So I prefer to keep the shoulders a little bit back and come down with a straight spine. But it's just my personal preference. Here, again, use a bolster or a pillow to make yourself comfortable. Come down. If you're able to reach your ankles, fine. If not, hold on to your calves wherever you can to be comfortable, but to feel a stretch in the spine. You will probably feel it in the hip flexors, backs of the legs also. Everybody feels things in different places. But again, you want to be here for about 3 minutes. And always remember, during this process, you're breathing normally. Just breathing in to a count of 4 or 5 and out to a count of 5 or 6 or maybe 7 if you're able to. Just breathe at a nice normal pace. very slowly and carefully. Use your hands to bring yourself back upright. Slowly, very slowly. If you're using a bolster or a pillow, you can put that aside. Take a nice deep breath. Sigh it out. Now, I just want you to continue to stretch yourself out and lay on your back and just rest in Shavasana for 1 minute. It should feel good on your back. We've been doing a lot of folding. Now bend your knees and then just turn your palms down onto the floor. This is just passive rest. Okay, roll yourself over onto your belly. We're going to do Sphinx. Now, for those of you that do yoga on any kind of a regular basis, yang yoga, Sphinx is a pretty dynamic pose where you have your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, and your my bolster's in the way underneath, put my feet underneath it. And when you're doing Sphinx, you are actively engaging your tummy and your abs, your diaphragm, that whole area there. You're actively, like, almost pulling yourself across the floor. And when you're doing Sphinx in Yin, it's not that way at all. Basically, what you're doing in Yin, the structure is the same. You have your elbow underneath your shoulder. Your hands are out in front, but you relax your belly. You let it just go down. So your chest is on the floor. If you have big boobs like me, they're on the floor. And you almost feel your shoulder blades coming together, okay? So this is a totally non-dynamic pose. And you can actually let your head drop if you like. So this is a back bend for the lower back now. We're instead of forward bending, this is a back bend. Low back bend. Okay, slowly let yourself down onto your belly. You can rest your head either on your arms in like a crocodile, or you can bring your arms straight out down by your sides, whatever's comfortable, or out above your head. Whatever's comfortable for you. You just need to rest for a few moments. When you're ready, roll back over onto your back. Take a nice deep breath. Sigh it out. One more time, nice deep breath. Sigh it out. Have your knees bent. We're going to do thread the needle. So you're going to bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. And you're going to pull your feet up off the ground, your left foot up off the ground. Thread your left hand between your legs. Right hand meets the left. Oh no, excuse me. Yeah, this way. Right hand meets the left. And then you pull that left leg towards your chest. So this is a good hip opener, good hip stretch. You may feel it in your thigh, you may feel it in your glute, you may feel it, some people actually feel this in the hamstring area on the opposite leg too. What you can do also, if you like even a deeper stretch, you can use the right elbow. Okay, so this elbow to push away this knee. Or if you want, you can actually use the hand to push away the knee. It gives you a bigger hip stretch. Okay, drop that left foot to the floor, then the right foot. Bring your hands back down to the floor and then just windshield wiper. And now we'll switch legs. So the left knee goes on the right, the left ankle goes on the right knee. And then we thread through and pull that right. Oh my God, I got my lefts and rights all confused. Pull that right thigh towards your chest. Whenever you do something where you do the right and then follow back afterwards with the left or vice versa, you may notice that one side is very different than the other. It may not, but you may notice that. And that's perfectly normal if there is a difference. That, you know, it may just be that your bone structure is different, or that you use one set of muscles differently on the other side of your body than the other. So it's nothing to be concerned or alarmed about necessarily. Okay, drop the right leg, the right foot to the floor, then the left. And again, just windshield wiper. And then go post your arms. Keep windshield wiping. Now both legs are to the right, just drop them there. And turn your chin to the left. There's a nice spinal twist, torso twist as well. Carefully bring your knees back up to the center. Just lift your hips a little bit and then drop them back down onto the mat. And then drop your knees over to the left and your chin to the right. And then bring your knees back to the center. Lift your hips just a bit and then drop them. Grab your knees and bring them into your chest and just rock a bit, roll your sacrum. Massage your spine. And drop your feet back to your mat. Just stay in passive rest for a moment. And then stretch out into your Shavasana. While you're in your Shavasana, just do a quick body scan. Feeling the top of your head. The back of your head. Notice your eyes, your ears, your nose, the air going in and out of your nostrils. Feel your lips. Feel your jaw. Your throat. Notice your breastbone, your shoulders, feel the right arm, the right wrist, the right palm, the fingers of the right hand, and the top of the right hand. Feel the whole hand on the right arm. Now feel the left arm. The left wrist. The left palm. Feel the fingers on the left hand, the top of the left hand. Feel the whole hand. Feel the whole hand on the left arm. Feel your heart space. Your belly. Your navel. Your pelvis. Feel the right leg. The right ankle. Feel the toes on the right foot. Feel the whole foot. Feel the whole foot on the right leg. Feel the left leg. And the left ankle. Feel the toes on the left foot. Feel Feel the whole foot. Feel the whole foot on the left leg. Feel your lower back. Your middle back. Upper back. Shoulders. The shoulder blades. Feel the back of the neck. Notice the back of your head. And your crown. Feel your whole body. The whole body. Feel your whole body and all its energy. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out. One more nice deep breath. And sigh it out. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and maybe give yourself a nice stretch. And bring yourself back to the presence of the space you're in. And when you feel ready, roll yourself over onto one side and rest. And then using your breath and your arms, bring yourself back up to a seated position. And with your eyes closed, just take a moment to reflect upon our time together tonight. I share with you from my heart. And I wish you only peace. And may our times together be filled with relaxation and rest and fulfillment for you. I wish that with all my heart. Namaste. And I know I've gone a little bit over, and I'm so sorry. I just want to remind you of 2 or 3 things. One is this book, The Little Book of Energy Medicine by Donna Eden. If you can get a copy either on, hi Tammy, if you can get a copy on Kindle or Audible books, or if you like real books like I do, we're going to start using this book in June. And then also the first Sunday in June, for any of you Florida folks who are in the Claremont area, I'm going to be holding a half-day mini retreat in Claremont at the Garden Club. So stay tuned for details on that. And otherwise, the other thing that I wanted to remind you of is that I know the schedule got a little tweaked because of illness, and I'm sorry that if that messed anybody up. But we are back on track now. So a week from today, so we'll just go back to every other Wednesday, 6 o'clock p.m. to 7:15 p.m. And that'll be the new schedule starting then. So thank you everybody for joining me. I really appreciate it. Any comments, questions that you may have, I always appreciate them, and let me know where you're from. It's always great to hear from everybody. Maybe I do know you, maybe I don't know you. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Dominique. Hi, Dominique. And Allison, yay, from the UK. Hey, Gina. And Joe, yay. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, anything I can answer for you. I know we talked a little bit about crystals tonight. If there's anything other than what I have been talking about that you want me to talk about in the hour and a half, 15, 20 minutes that we have, please let me know. I'm happy to talk about it and go over things. But I'm late, and I don't want to keep you. I want to respect your time. This book we'll be talking about in June. So let's go. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Bye.